live chat today with Arena, and she is a fellow vegan, and she's currently in Nigeria at the moment, and so we're just gonna wait for her to join, and then we're gonna have a little chit chat about her experience of being vegan in Nigeria. I'm really excited to hear like how she's getting on with her veganism in Nigeria. Hello, Arena. Oh. So how are you?
I'm doing well, just over here getting life together. But I'm doing really good. I'm doing really good today. How are you?
Good. Yeah, I'm good too, thanks. And I'm really excited to have you joining me on here on live. Thank you for agreeing to do this. All right. So let's get it started then. We have a few people here in the chat with us. Tell us a bit about yourself. Introduce yourself. What do you do? What are you
Well,
into?
okay. Well, I'm the vegan foodie, and I'm pretty much a vegan influencer on social media. I have a lot of different platforms that I'm on. In addition to, I do cook. I have a vegan restaurant in the States, as well as I'll be introducing like different vegan options here in Nigeria with restaurants and also different dinner parties and things of that nature. So I'm pretty much decided, I'm also an author as well. So I do a lot actually when it comes to the world of
Mhm.
veganism.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that struck me when I went onto your page is that you do quite a lot of things around veganism and spreading the word and getting, the message out there to people. And you do it in such an interesting way too. That's, very entertaining. I love your reels. I watched through some of your reels, which are great. So take us back a little bit and could you tell us how and why you went vegan in the first place?
Okay, so actually, my mom was vegan growing up, so veganism was something that was a lifestyle for me. It was introduced to me very young, plant-based rather. But then, as I became an adult, I started to eat meat and digest foods that really weren't pleasing to my body. And I used to always kind of like, with meat, I couldn't like digest it. And so I knew that long term I would be a vegan and the plant-based lifestyle would be my lifestyle. And so I was on a work trip and someone that is very influential in the music industry, introduced me to this in a way that I could manage and I could manage immediately. And I was living in Brooklyn at the time. So in Brooklyn, in Bed-Stuy, the gentrification is happening. So it's a lot of different vegan restaurants that are available that were like in walking distance, like 3 vegan restaurants were in walking distance of my home. So it just became a lifestyle that was easier for me because the times had changed. As opposed to when my mom was vegan growing up, there wasn't that many vegan restaurants. As opposed to when I became vegan, it was 3 vegan restaurants right on my side street. You know, so that's what kind
Yeah.
of got me into that life.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, it sounds like you, prior to even sort of making the decision to go fully vegan, you already had knowledge of it just by observing your mom. So that must have made it, even easier for you to make that transition. And so after you did sort of decide to become fully vegan, what sort of benefits did you experience? What was that experience like for you?
Okay, so when I first went vegan, it wasn't like how it is now, where it's a ton of vegans. Veganism is everywhere. Even though there were a lot of different restaurants in LA where I was traveling or in New York, when I moved to Atlanta, it wasn't as big as it has been over the past like 3 years. So for me, veganism is kind of like one of them things to where it became a lifestyle that I was dedicated to. It wasn't just about the food. It was the lifestyle. It was
Mhm.
the things that I put into my body. Not just, the foods, but the lotions, the deodorants, the toothpaste, It just became this whole thing. And so for me now, I'm happy that, veganism is this mainstream global thing. But when I started, originally when I was introduced as a child, it wasn't. And when I started my journey 5 years ago, it wasn't like it is now. So I'm thankful that it's progressive. I'm thankful that I can be in Nigeria and find different options when it comes to veganism. I'm actually in like different, vegan Nigerian groups or whatever, where we kind of like network and share contacts and things of that nature. So, I'm very happy. And it became a lifestyle for me so much that it actually became like a means of income because I jumped into it where I saw a need for people like me because there wasn't a lot of people like me. When I became vegan, there wasn't a vegan foodie cutting it to you raw, straight out the cut. There was people like, oh, be vegan, doctors say we do it this way. And it would seem boring. Like veganism years ago seemed so boring. And so for me, it was like, no, I'm gonna come in, but I'm gonna be a vegan, but I'm gonna do it my way. I'm not switching for nobody. I'm not changing how I dress. I'm not changing how I look. I'm not changing how I talk. I'm not changing where I go. I'm just changing how I, fuel my body and the things that I do with my body.
I love that. I love that. And I like the fact that you brought up the fact that veganism is more than just the food, it's also the lifestyle. Because that is the major difference between veganism and just being plant-based. So veganism is also about the clothes you wear, it's everything you consume, including, your beauty products, your home products, and all that. So thank you for raising that point. And yeah, also great to hear that veganism has kind of led you on this career path where you are sort of reaching out to other women or other people who, may want to find out more about this lifestyle, and you're helping them but in a way that's unique to you, not sort of watering down your personality in any way, which is great, which is amazing. And so that leads me on to like the next question, which is quite fitting. So you also run sort of the Vegan Foodie, right? And is it through that you do your vegan work, where you reach out to people and you help them in their transition to the vegan lifestyle?
Well, okay, so with the vegan foodie is really like it's my brand, right? But there's so many different
Yeah.
facets and there's so many different things that are a part of who I am and that are inside of me. So for me, the vegan foodie is the food because I was a foodie. I was a foodie before freaking being the vegan, So, and so I like to show people, where you can go and eat at no matter where you are in the world, or different companies reach out to me and I'll try the products and I'll be brutally honest. Like at first I was being nice, like, oh, it's okay. Now I'm honest. If I don't like it, I don't like it. So, I do food reviews now, different restaurants. In addition to, I am, like I said before, I had a restaurant in Georgia. So
Yeah.
now I'm looking to franchise it over here out of the country and out of the states in Nigeria, in different countries on the African continent as well. And then also I offer different classes. Like I'm really getting into because even with me becoming a vegan, like I said before, it's not just the foods, it's the lifestyle. And so it was, for me, it was about, the different things that I do with my body, mentally, spiritually, emotionally. And so shadow work was something that was really big on going into this lifestyle because I didn't just want to clean out how I eat. I wanted to clean out myself totally, my spirit self. And so now I'm going to be offering different shadow work courses to help women like myself get over that hump because a lot of times there's something inside of us that's, well, not a lot of times, every time, there's something inside of us that's holding us back from our greater selves and holding us back from doing the things that's going to take us to the next level. And so for me, I had to, and I'm constantly working. It's not like I'm perfect. I'm sitting here like, Mother Teresa, like, baby, I got the jewels, I got it all. But what I'm saying is, I did certain things to help myself, and I'm continuously doing things. Like I'm even taking other people courses to even brush up and really get that game, So, but I'm also shadowing courses now, and this is something she just helps you be your greater self. And then also I'm doing the Vegan Victory Challenge. which is 45 days, and I've been doing this for a minute, and I did it so long to the ladies was like, you need to start charging because you helping us, you changing our lives. Like girls that got pregnant, people just blowing up, businesses popping, they manifesting their best selves, they're debunking all that BS in their body. So now I'm doing the Vegan Vixen challenge, which is 45 days. And just, I got a bunch of stuff that I'm doing from meditation to working out to vegan foods to herb teas to just having a sisterhood. And I'm going to open it up to the fellas too. Right now, I'm focused on the ladies because I am a woman and I know what it feels to be a woman. I can tell you the emotions that a man has. I know the emotions of a woman. So that's something that I'm doing as well. So I got a lot. I'm doing a show. It's just, it's a lot.
You're busy. You'll keep them busy. Yeah, and we love to see it. We love to see it. So yeah, you've just mentioned there the Vegan Vixen. Very, very exciting. So everyone who is watching right now, make sure you go and check out all the details for that on Arena's page. So let's take it back to the fact that you're in Nigeria right now. Are you currently still there, right? Have you?
Very much.
Yeah. Okay, and you're in Ibadan, which happens to be my mom's hometown. So cool. So yeah, how long have you been there now? And how has it been navigating the whole vegan thing? Because I'm sure you probably cook most of your meals yourself, which is helpful. But have you run into any situations where you've been out and about and you found it difficult?
Okay, so I just moved fully into my house yesterday. I just cooked my first meal yesterday. So I'm still fairly new. But I've been eating out at a lot of restaurants and I've been just kind of finding my way, kind of navigating my way around Nigeria. Now, when I was in Lagos, there's a bunch of restaurants in Victoria Island, Lekki, and all that kind of stuff. But when I came up to Oil State, it was a little different. So, so now I'm kind of just like navigating my way around the state. And now that I'm in my own home, I will be cooking. It's a bunch of recipes that I want to try. A bunch of different Nigerian foods that I've had that I can't wait to veganize. I do love moi moi, so I'm a moi moi plantain rice type of girl. So goosey, I'm trying to get used to. I'm alive. There's a few things I'm getting used to, but definitely moi moi, rice, beans, and plantain has been my go-to. There's Domino's Pizza here. There's a couple little different like Chinese restaurants and halal restaurants which have falafel. So I've been managing for a month, but I've gained weight. So I'm ready to get back in the kitchen and juicing. I want a juicer. Honey, let me tell you something. I got a blender. Life is about to be real different because I got a wedding to plan for, and who about to be looking plump? Not me.
So is it your wedding or a wedding you're attending?
No, my wedding, yes.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Okay. So yeah, that sounds all good. It sounds like you're having a blast. And yeah, I know what you mean about like being in control of the foods you make yourself at home, right? You can control what goes in there, the amount of oil, the amount of salt you're using. So yeah, I hear you completely on that. So
Yes.
out of all the meals that you've been trying, I guess, and veganizing, what would you say is your favorite vegan Nigerian meal out of all of them?
Okay, so I literally have to master. Like I was just thinking when I was in the shower before the interview. I need to get that pepper sauce. Like I need to master the pepper sauce. But definitely make a moi moi, puff puffs. I love my puff puffs.
Oh yeah.
I actually went and bought some, so I'm gonna be making some today. Um, and of course the fried rice, the vegetable rice, egusi. I'm trying to get into fufu. I feel like because where I'm from, we have a lot of seasoning, salt based. But I'm like with the fufu, I might need to add a little bit more salt to make it have seven eyes or whatever, But yeah, definitely fufu. And there's a couple other things that I can't wait to the vegetable. It's a vegetable I can't think of the name, but whenever they don't put a lot of pepper, because I can't do a lot of pepper. Whenever they don't put pepper, I'm messing with it. But when they put that pepper, it's too much. I need to make my own pepper that I can take. That's what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, we do kind of go overboard with it sometimes.
I
Yeah,
be
with the
listening.
fufu.
My lips be burning. Like,
Yeah,
it, I don't
I
see
feel
how.
like sometimes there's like a fine line, right? It's like if you go a bit too much, it prevents you from actually enjoying the food, you know, because you're too focused on on the heat that's on your mouth. So yeah, totally. And
Right.
on the fufu front, yeah, it took me a really long time to actually get to like fufu. I think the texture is very unique. It's not for everyone. But I found that when you pair it with like super flavorful stews and sauces, then I can kind of get around that, you know.
Okay,
So yeah,
okay.
yeah. So as long as you've got like, you know, a really flavorful like egusi or ewedu or something with the fufu, then you're good to go. So yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for
Um,
that.
yeah. So let's, you know, round things up a little bit. We still have a few people here with us, and so I would love for you to share, you know, just one or two of your like best tips for anyone who is considering going vegan, who might be a bit scared maybe about doing it. What tips do you have for them?
I would say it's nothing to really be scared about. Actually, going vegan is like a wonderful journey because you get to try different restaurants. It's like a community. Like me and you, you're in London, I'm in Nigeria, and we connected because we're vegan, right? I've
Yeah.
connected with vegans across the world, like on Clubhouse, Instagram, TikTok. You know, I've created strong friendships because of the fact that I'm vegan. So I think that, you know, it's nothing to be afraid of. It's actually something to embrace because you get to meet a lot of really cool people. I've met a lot of really cool chefs. I've met restaurant owners. Like, if I go to a restaurant and I talk about it, next time I go, the owner will come up and thank me and give me like free stuff. You know, so it's like being a vegan is actually pretty cool because like I can connect with you and I pretty much can gauge what type of person you are. I may not be able to gauge by the teeth, but I can pretty much understand your morals and your ethics based on your food choices and the things that you do. And most times when people are vegan, they're also spiritual. They're also connected to oneself. They meditate, they work out, they have these different, you know, characteristics that kind of connects them. And so for me, it's like I like being vegan because it puts me in a community of people, in a community of things that helps me to grow and be a better person. Not just for myself, but for the earth and for the community around me. So, you know, I definitely think that, you know, if you want to explore, you know, life on a higher level, if you want to kind of, you know, be one with nature for real, then
Yeah.
the first step would be the food that you put into your body. Because then you start to think about what lotions am I putting on, what deodorants am I using, what toothpaste, you know, what conversations am I having, what type of people am I dealing with. Like all of these things will start to snowball when you start to become vegan because you start to become more conscious, not just of yourself, but of those around you. And so I think that, you know, definitely it's something to look into. I'm not saying that you got to go vegan today, but I would say just start to be more conscious of what you put in your body and research what you're putting into your body. Because even if you're vegan, if you're eating a bunch of junk food, you're still putting a lot of chemicals and things in your body. So just research because there's levels to this lifestyle as well, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, so many levels. And yeah, research, whenever I get asked that question, research is a thing I always say as well. So yeah, we're totally aligned there. I just think the more knowledge you have, the more power you have, right? And so it's okay to sort of consume content here and there, but until you kind of internalize it for yourself and you understand the reasons, you know, like you said, the higher reasons why this lifestyle is so beneficial, then it can be very hard to stick to or even to embark on. So thank you so much for sharing those tips. I'm sure there are a few people watching who probably gained a lot from that. And yeah, thank you for joining me and hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you for having me. And listen, as soon as this whatever's going on, I need to get some of your food because I found you because I was looking for food. So don't forget that that's why we connected because I was being greedy. and I was
Yes,
lurking. Could
yeah,
you do some of that
absolutely.
food for us?
I even forgot to say that at the beginning, that the way we connected even was you reaching out asking if I do food delivery in Nigeria, in Ibadan specifically, and then it started from there. So
Right.
you never know who you're going to encounter.
Right. So let's listen. We got a lunch date. You owe
Yeah,
me.
definitely, definitely.
All right. Well,
Uh,
have a good one. And let me know next time you come here. Especially if you
yeah,
haven't come to your mom's town.
yeah, for sure. I'll definitely let you know. And if you're ever in London as well, let's hang out. I'll take you around to all
Yes.
the vegan restaurants.
I'm with it, honey.
Nice. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Make sure you go and follow Arena as well and stay connected. Check out everything that she's doing. And yeah, we'll see you around on the internet. Bye,
Have
everyone.
a good one. Bye.
Bye.